Hello everyone, my name is Marito Situmorang. Now I'll present about the stage of language acquisition. For the final test, introduction of psycholinguistic. So the word stage is possibly the most used term in language acquisition. The literature is rich when it uses an article or book rarely comes along without appearance. Unfortunately, few people attempt to define the way in which they are using it. In one respect, this is understandable. Unlike other technical terms, stage is part of our vocabulary, and we have grown up using it. It's easy to use it with the misleading assumption that our hearer understand the word in the same way that we do. So, what is the stage of language acquisition? First, pre-linguistic stage, also known as the pre-linguistic stage, the first stage of language development, often occurs between 0 and 6 months. Children in this phase don't have development language skill, so they communicate with sound. They cry, make cooing sounds, and utter nasal murmurs as their vocal tracts develop. Infants can also recognize voice and sound in addition to facial expression and voice tones. And the second is babbling stage. The second stage of child language development happens between the age 6 and 9 months. Children begin to babble, making noises and syllables that aren't yet words. Mouth muscle and teeth grow to prepare children for more advanced talking. Third, holoplastic stage. This the third phase of language development, also known as the holoplastic stage, usually happens between the age 9 and 18 months. During this time, the language skills usually have increased enough for them to say the single words that describe objects or identify their basic needs. For instance, a child in this stage might say "dada" as a way of getting their dad's attention, or "mama" to call her or their mom. And then towards stage. During this stage, the child can speak towards sentences that usually having some meaning. They group words together that they learn during the holoplastic stage. Some example might include saying "more food" at the table, saying "doggy smile" to describe a dog, saying "thank mom" to show appreciation. And then telegraphic stage. The telegraphic stage occurs between the age 24 and 30 months. Children can speak phrases that are not only longer but also have more than 2 elements. For instance, a child might say "the cat stand up on the table." Correct grammar still isn't prevalent in this stage, but the sentence conveys that the cat is standing up in addition to being on the table. The child also develops the ability to understand basic interaction, including two parts others like "go to your table" and "your books." And the sixth, the last stage. For the last stage, beyond 30 months, children enter the multi-word stage. They build increasingly complex sentences that allow them to better communicate their ideas. They also start to incorporate morphemes to make more semantically sound phrases. For instance, they know how to use the word dogs instead of dog when referring to more than one dog. The telegraphic stage occurs between the age 24 and 30 months. Thank you. That's all my presentation. Thank you for the attention. Good night.